Hello everybody. I just finished making this new wood top mountain banjo here. Well, I guess it's not a mountain banjo, but it's a wood top banjo. And this is a 16-sided rim made out of a cedar lumber that I got from Home Depot. It 16 segments. I cut them out on the table saw. Got the about 40 inches of wood straight and cut it out on the table saw. Set up a stop block. Got my angle to 11.25 degrees and made those cuts. I put a back on it. It sounds better if you put a back on them. If for some reason I need to get in there, though, it's not glued on. I just screwed it on. And the front, the top and the back are made out of basswood. And the neck is made out of poplar, 27.5-inch scale, so it's pretty long scale. You can tune way down. I like long necks better because it has a deeper, richer sound, and for my own personal singing voice, I can find keys to sing out of much easier than like a standard, off-the-shelf banjo. But anyway, this has a 0 nut. That's the 0 nut. This is a string guide. The strings are not resting on the string guide. They're resting on top of the 0 nut. So this is fret number 1. It's supposed to help with intonation and people like me that don't know how to accurately cut a nut. It makes it easier. Tombstone tuners. I got pretty fancy with the headstock. Made a little whoop-de-woo right in there. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, I have the neck attached to the rim with 2 machine screws going through the body there into the neck. In the neck it has 2 3/8-inch easy lock screw inserts that I epoxied into the neck, 2 of them. So there's a very, very strong. Then I just screwed in 2 machine screws, and the neck is adjustable. It goes up and down if I want it to adjust the action. Or if the neck ever, suddenly just, broke in half or something, I could just unscrew it and put in make a new neck and put it in there if I wanted to. The bridge is, I didn't make that. Although I did add some more. It's a long story. I was shaving off the bottom there, and I shaved too much off, and then I had too much string buzz, so I had to glue on another piece of wood there on the bottom. That's why it's white on the bottom. But that's a Grover adjustable bridge, floating bridge. It's not glued down. It's just, it moves around. But I got it set up to 27.5-inch scale right now. So, and the string action is really good. Probably can be a little bit better, but I literally just finished it. And I have to say, I really like the sound of this one. I'm not going to play it right now, but I'm definitely going to play it for upcoming videos. The string, it's not in tune. I got the, maybe you can pick up the deep, rich bass sound. I made, this is a 3rd wood top banjo I made. This one by far sounds the best. But it's nowhere near perfect. It's brand new. You can see the date. Just finished it up yesterday. Actually today, but anyway. If I did this in wood shop in high school, I would probably get a grade D or a fail because there's so many cosmetic mistakes. My problem with making banjos is the wood finish. See, like that there? And you can see the imperfections from a really close up. So, but everything plays pretty good. I'm a little worried about the intonation, but I use a fret calculator from StuMac, I think it is, to try to get the frets, put in the right spot. If they're not just so, it just ruins the whole thing. And I use a digital measuring device that reads out the exact reading, and I check not once, twice, but like 100 times for each fret. But a lot of times crows have been going nuts all day. Since I woke up at 4 in the morning, the crows have been up in that tree just kicking up a fuss non-stop. I think they just had a baby. One of the mother crows had a baby in the nest, and the other male crows are watching over it, I guess. Anyway, all told, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out so far. Very happy with the sound, the actual sound quality. The cedar rim really gives a mellow tone to it. And I played a couple songs out in the garage after I finished it, and it was wow. The string spacing is a lot wider too, wider than any of the other ones I ever made. And it is much easier to play. The bridge is adjustable too, it goes up and down a little bit. I guess that's about everything. Don't want to hold you up all day, but yeah, if you're interested, keep an eye out, and you'll hear it. Hear me play it. I think you'll like the sound. Woodtop banjos sometimes are hit or miss, but this has a really deep, rich bass sound, which is what I was going for, because it's really long, really wide. And if you make banjos, consider making a 16-inch rim rather than bending them or routing them out, which I have done before, routing them out, but much easier than bending it. I don't use goat skins it's just me. I don't like doing that, but if you did, you could easily put a goat skin on here or a raccoon skin, or, when your house cat dies, you could take the skin and put that on there if you wanted to, I guess. Kind of like having your pet with you all the time, even after they're gone, but that's what folks back up in the mountains used to do. Raccoon, put any skin on there you want, but it sounds really good with just wood, basswood. I got it, voiced in the back, X-braced, and a couple of things that go on this way, and then a bar going across, the crossbar. And, well, I could rattle on all day, but I put in those upholstery tacks. And I think for this one, it might actually come in handy, because another mistake I made is I stained it before gluing the top on. And you're supposed to glue raw wood to raw wood. And obviously it had the stain, not only the stain, but the finish. And it actually did come undone up on top here, and I had to re-glue it. I'll tell you, my wood shop teacher was here. He'd just be shaking his head. Give me a D- at best. But I like it, That's why I never sell these, because they're not perfect. And they're not perfect at all. There's nicks and scratches. And as far as playability goes, I cannot be more happier than how they've turned out. The biggest thing you gotta get right is that intonation and the string action. You gotta be able to play it really easy. That means low action, no buzzing. The frets have to be perfectly straight. I don't really worry about polishing them to a mirror finish or anything. I'm not that anally retentive with it, but it has no string buzzing. You don't want that. And the intonation, you want the notes to ring out true all the way down the fretboard. I don't usually play down here, but I do on occasion. And you want everything to ring right, sound right. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm pretty excited. You might be able to tell, but I'm pretty excited about this one. And my only worry is the intonation. I did notice a couple small problems. I don't know what happened. I measured it best I could. I think it turned out pretty too, the color scheme. Lighter top, then the rim is darker and the neck's darker. I like that color scheme. Thank you. God bless.